What's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're not going to do anything super exciting, but we're going to mess around with some wheels, some spacers, some different tires, and finally fix this one mismatch wheel. So let's get straight into it. Well, of course, nothing's as easy as it should be. I can't get this first spacer off because one of the lugs is stripped. So let me show you a little trick if you're fighting with a wheel spacer, especially if you're doing it by yourself, you don't have anyone to hold the brakes. So I just wedged a breaker bar in between the studs here and then have it up against the ground. And now I can get plenty of leverage on that lug nut there and hopefully get it off. Got it off, literally broke in half, but it's off. Not sure how that happened. This actually wasn't even tight. I was pretty sure I checked the spacers before the track day and they were all tight, so I'm not really sure what happened. Don't mind my hair. Whatever, it's off. I'll just add that to the list of things that I do need to fix. All right, so what was the whole point of all that? Why did we take the spacer off? Well, if you remember at the track day, I was kind of fighting with not having enough front grip. And to solve that, I got some new tires and I got them mounted on the SSRs I got. They're a little dirty, but these are some experimental tires I am messing with. 235/40s, the same as the size of tires I've been running. But the reason I'm gonna go with a bigger spacer is the SSRs, the offset is actually plus 22, whereas the Graham lights that I've had are plus 12. So 10 millimeter difference, meaning if I just left the spacers as is and put the SSRs up front, they would be 10 mil more sunk. So I got a bigger spacer. I went from a 25 mil spacer that was up front. I'm jumping up to a 38 mil spacer. So all in all, it should mean I have 3 mil more aggressive of an offset. Now with this setup, it shouldn't really make that big of a difference. 3 millimeters isn't a huge amount, but it should definitely look cool. I like the look of these new tires and I'm excited to have the SSRs as kind of permanent front wheels for the Z.
As you can see in this nice B-roll here, one of the SSRs is matte black, and eventually all the wheels are going to be flat black, but you'll see why later in this video that I didn't get around to painting all the wheels, even though that was my original plan. But either way, it's cool to see one black, and I'm pretty happy with the way it's going to look, and I'm excited to get the rest of the wheels matching.
Well, interesting turn of events here. So, got the car jacked up. Just thought, you know, I need to do an oil change. The car hasn't seen an oil change other than the oil I put in it for the first time. And thought, you know, it's a good thing to do an oil change. Done a track day, let's do an oil change. Well, upon draining the oil, really doesn't look too good. Looks like there's quite a bit of metal in the oil. It's very metallic-y, very kind of cloudy. I'll put some pictures and like a little clip I filmed of the oil draining. I don't like the look of that. So, not really sure what to do here. Obviously I could fill it up with oil and see how long it'll run. Maybe it'll run for a while. Maybe it'll spin a rod bearing in a mile. I have no idea. But yeah, so I'm gonna think on this for a bit and I'll talk to you guys at some point.
So I cut the oil filter open. You can see in there, it really doesn't look terrible. Like the oil in there's not very metallic-y, not like it was in the pan at least. And the filter itself, if I can get it to focus, there's like hints of metallics on it, but not what I expected. When I saw the oil, obviously it looked like really cloudy and really, really heavy in metallics, but this doesn't look like it's so bad. So I don't know. I don't know if there was metal running through it or if there was stuff sitting at the bottom of the pan. Remember, this motor sat for an unknown amount of time. I don't know how well it was sealed. I don't think it was sealed very well actually, because like the valve covers weren't bolted on and a whole mix of other things. So I don't really know the history of this motor. It could have been left unsealed. There could have been some debris that got into the motor, and maybe that's what we're dealing with here. I don't know, but I mean, like in there, it doesn't look really bad. Like it's not full of metal, but again, there's just no way of knowing the damage that's done.
All right, I've had some time to think about it, and at the end of the day, it's a stock VQ. It's not even an HR or anything like that. These motors are pretty cheap, and I knew that getting into this. That's kind of why I picked this car as like a fun seat time track toy, right? Because if you do spin a rod or have some issues with the motor, they're 500 bucks, maybe 800 bucks, worst case. So that being said, I'm just gonna put this thing back together. I'm gonna put some thicker weight oil in it and just see how long it lasts. Like I said, maybe it'll last another 3 or 4 or 10 events, or maybe it'll shoot a rod out the side of the block the next time I go to the grocery store. So I'm gonna fill it up with oil, and I may take it out to run some errands tonight and see. Well, it sounds okay. Don't see a major issue, so like I said, I'm just gonna have to send it and see how it goes. Well, I'm driving the Z around town. Just have some local errands to run, and it seems okay. Fingers crossed it stays that way. Well, I'm back home. I was out and ran some errands, went to dinner, all in the Z, and everything seemed okay. Really didn't have any problems. The motor sounds fine, no weird noises. So fingers crossed it'll hold out for a while, and who knows what all that metal was. I guess we'll have to see in the next oil change if it comes up again. And really only time will tell how long this thing is gonna last. I am going to end it out here. I know I didn't get what I wanted to get done. I really wanted to paint the wheels and make them all match and have it look nice, but at least now I've got the SSRs up front and that looks cool, so that's a start. I'll paint the wheels another day. As always, guys, thank you for watching. If you are as happy as I am that the VQ is not blown up yet, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.